Alright guys, it's finally time. We're doing injectors. We're getting this knocked out. I'm ready to have my truck back. But I'm ready to have it healthy and not be, nervous about, hey, am I going to blow this thing up or not? So, we've already gotten started just a little bit. Intake is off, battery is out. I probably go a little bit further than most people do. But that's okay. I'm an odd individual. I may not go that far again this time, but who knows? And by that I mean I usually pull the alternator out, but I don't think I'm going to do that this round. But anyway, we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna do the passenger side first. We need to get the charge air pipe off. We need to get the FICM off. We need to get the fuel filter head off. Then we can spray everything down and let it soak. And while we're letting this side soak and get all sprayed down, then we're going to take this side apart, and then this monstrosity right here. If you fucking know, you know. And for the homies that have been around, you already know what I'm going to say. Forward-facing thermostat, especially when you have an LB7 Duramax, because I got to drain some coolant. Because this truck's going to make a mess. And, yeah. Which actually, looking at how I have a few things routed right now, I might not be able to do it. Then again, we might. We get to change up some things. So, Bogey, we might be changing out some plow wiring, so. Yeah. Which, actually, you'll be here and see what I'm talking about before you even see this video. But anyway, it's the premise. So, I don't really want to do a whole lot of talking. I just want to start tearing shit apart because it's injector time, baby. Alright guys, so quick jump in. We have the passenger side all torn down. I have all of our injection lines busted loose. Now I'm jumping this far into it just because of, you pull an intercooler pipe, pull an intake off, remove a FICM, I'm not really trying to do a how-to here. If anything, I'm just trying to tackle one side of the truck at a time. So, because the weather out here is less than which, by the way, I've got a whole new appreciation for the Florida man. And I can understand now how, they can work in buildings like this where they're open. It's the cold, but it's the moisture that I'm worried about. So I only want to crack one side of the engine at a time. So realistically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust this side out, get the injectors out of it, get the new ones in it, and then seal it back up. That way I can create a good stopping point from it. Because this truck has that silly, thermostat housing on it. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this side of the truck up, drain it because it's an LB7, so it does have the petcock on the radiator, which GM, I don't know why you got away from that. And then I'm probably going to bust out the suspension steering that goes on this side of the truck too. So just to, get the truck up in the air so I can get a bucket under there and do this, that, and the other. Just trying to do it as controlled as I possibly can. I don't know, I guess. I'm just kind of winging it, but let's just get back to it. Okay, kids. So we've got the passenger side. We got the upper and lower valve covers off, which I've got two pro tips for you guys that are going to be doing that. Where did you go? Okay. So to get your upper and lower valve cover bolts off, usually if they haven't been replaced by the merchant kit yet, it's a 5mm. So now I've got two tips here. One, if you look at the end right here of the Allen, grind that sumbitch flush. There's a little ball that's on the end of it. Kind of like this. It's got these little balls on the end, and that actually causes the hardware to strip out. Now, some people are going to be like, whoa, they're rounded in there. Not all of them. So, that's one pro tip. Now, if you're thinking, well, Ray, they can still round out. You're damn right, they still can, even when you do this. The other tip, I got one right here somewhere. Hang on just a second. So what you're going to want to do because this hardware is soft aluminum, the size that I found that worked the best, this is a 3/16. And what it allowed me to do is it allowed me to drill inside of the hex head here, which you can see I went a little too far. But you can, yep, but you can go in here and then take a little brass hammer, which, nope, little guys right here. Little brass hammer, because it's soft. Hammer your socket in, and it'll come right out. Now you don't have to drill it this far. I don't recommend drilling it that far. I kind of did that on accident. But a couple other ones I just drilled. I just pushed on a little bit, just a little herp. And yeah, I was able to hammer it right in, because again, these are just soft aluminum, which we're not reusing these anyway, but just something to throw in the old back pocket. Now, can I have this, please? Now, for my OGs, hang on, I got to turn the microphone. So, for the people that have been around for a minute, that know, this truck had 6 out of the 8 injectors replaced. So another 5mm pain in the ass is the banjo bolts right there. Focus, baby girl. Now these already have the aftermarket ones in it that are super deep, so they came out with these. But anyway, I'm going to speed up because it's starting to get a little dark out. We ended up deleting the hood because, as I said earlier in the video, that hood lined up perfectly with this light, so you couldn't see shit. So we yeeted it. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this return rail off, which I've got some important tips on that when we go to put that back together. But we'll get there in a second. Actually, we'll probably pick that up tomorrow because I want to get these injectors out. I'm gonna break them loose. I'm gonna leave them in the hole overnight. But I'm going to get everything out. I'm losing my train of thought. It's been a long day. It's kind of been stressful. Doing injectors on an LB7, especially one in the Rust Belt, it's extremely stressful because the stupid hardware, to the GM engineer that thought it was a good idea to take the 10mm hardware off of there and put the 5mm hex head on there, in the words of Liam Neeson, I'm going to find you. No, I don't feel like being demonetized. So anyway, yeah, we'll get that out. The last stressful part of this, I'm hoping, I'm praying that I can get all of these out, all 8 of them out, without the injector cups coming out. Because that's one thing that I didn't plan for. So, fingers and nuts crossed. So we'll catch up in a minute. So, pretty safe assumption that the truck's done. Truck's actually been done for 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 weeks now. Suspension, steering's done, injectors are done. Again, we did 25% over injectors in this thing, and the truck's an absolute unit. It's running better than it's ever ran before. Goodness. And I couldn't be happier. I even took it a step forward. Some of my lights were burning out on the truck. I got them replaced. So those are working like they should. So we got good progress there. I've actually been really busy with the truck, getting all the toolboxes and everything outfitted, everything taken care of that I need to, just because of time purposes and all that. Again, this is something that I was doing in there after work. I work far away from home. I work long hours. And just setting up the camera to do this and to try to cover it and be as detail oriented as possible. It's not a thing. And honestly, this whole YouTube thing's a crapshoot anyway. I'll talk more on that later. I like what I do, but it just politics, better yet. So, but anyway, she's done. She's solid. I got a little bit of work left to go. I got to readjust the hood because we had the hood off of it. I need to put her winter shoes back on. I need to get the plow receivers on her. We need to pull the old Ultra mount out. We need to do a service on her and get it ready to go. May or may not cover it. No promises. Yeah. But trust me, the thing's a runner. My God. My God, is this thing a runner. So, anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Take care. God bless. Be good to one another. And remember, everything's agenda-driven. Be smarter than the world. Take care of your own. See ya.